Hey everybody, it's Connie at My Fabric Friends. I'm going to do the Hugs update for August the 18th again. It was so much fun, we're going to do it twice. So I am not going to be able to give everybody credit for what they turned in, because as we open things, we put the packages that way and we piled all the poppy blocks up. So here's all the poppy blocks we got yesterday, which was 364 poppy blocks. So let me show you what is our poppy count, because we have added that to this number. So we've received 7,384 poppy blocks, and now we only need 27,616. And I know with y'all, this is so doable, because just yesterday, that stack right there is enough to do 10 quilts. So we are up to 210 poppy quilts, if we can get more backing and batting and get all these tops sewn together. So thank y'all so much for donating and coming in to volunteer. We do need lots of volunteers. So I'm going to start, I'm going to do like just a little 20-minute segment right here and download that so y'all can see what we had going on yesterday. This was donated from Colleen from Georgetown, and Rosie Jansen had quilted it for us. So Rosie, thank you so much. Slide that down the line. And this one was by Rosie also. It was donated by Megan Melching. And look at that gorgeous backing on that. Isn't that just pretty? When Rosie saw this one, she goes, I want that one, I want that one. So it is just absolutely beautiful. Look at that. My goodness, can you just imagine, that on your bed, the people that we're going to be giving these to. And a lot of these ladies, they hand bind these quilts. So this quilt was hand bound on the back. So, that's an extra special effort for them, for sure. This one came from Twyla Wood, and I remember Twyla when I saw this the first time, and Rosie decorated it. So these are the tops that y'all see when I don't show the whole tops. Now the tops have been sent out. They're coming back quilted. So let me see if I can open it like this. So, oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous. And we do have some church kids coming to help us take pictures and get them logged in that way. I had said last night, I said I want to do like a little, what do they call it, like a coffee table book, and have pictures of all of these quilts that were donated, and we have pictures of the ones that have already been given away. So that's a project that if we had somebody to come tackle that, because it takes three people to do the pictures efficiently, because us old ladies, our arms get tired holding them quilts up. We're not as strong as we used to be. So here is I saw this, and I know I've seen all this, but we have some backing that's going to go beautiful with this. And let me see who this is from, because I don't remember that part. This came from Carrie Jones. So she had three quilt tops. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? So these are the ones that are being finished that I'm showing you today on this stack over here. So I will keep working down the road. But I'm going to do 20 minutes and then take a break, because the table's not big enough when I'm doing it by myself right now. This came from, it was an anonymous donor, and let's see. I don't know if Rosie or Loopy quilted this one. It didn't say on the label. But just look how, that's such a simple pattern and such a pretty pattern. Just absolutely beautiful. I love the binding. Whoever did the binding is cute. Let me see if it's hand sewn. Then it probably was Rosie. I bet Rosie did do that one. So yesterday we received, and of course I won't know who gave it to us, because I already put that information, I separated the cards from the money, but we received $140 in cash yesterday. $140 in cash. So that is just absolutely amazing. And let's see this one here. And right now I'm not seeing a label on this one, but it may be on the bottom ones. So our goal is when we're checking them in, is that every quilt gets a label as we're checking them in, like when we're doing the show. But sometimes it's hard to keep up. It's like I almost need 2 people now. This came from, it said, Hugs and Prayers, Holly, Nord, and Crew. Joyce, Renee, and Peggy from Rothsay, Minnesota. I think MN. Is MN Minnesota? I keep saying I need to get that abbreviation for those M states. Look at that block, how cute that is. Beautiful, beautiful. I'll fold it where, if I just put it on the chair, I'm gonna have to just fold it in 2 more minutes from now anyways. So Linda Jean is in the back receiving in quilts, so now she can come get those. Okay, let's see what this is. Here is one from Holly Nord from Rothsay, New Mexico. So we have a top here. So Holly donated this one, and so those 2. So those are going to go on my top pile. Trisha Reeves donated the top, and Rosie quilted it. And you know, have you ever had like a border fabric and you just like, what was I thinking? Why did I buy that? This is perfect. That if it was a border fabric that you could just quilt up something, just, you know, it's a simple quilt. And all you gotta do is just sew strips to it. So I think that is so pretty. And this one was from Rosie Herndon, and Rosie Jansen quilted it. Let's see if I can get it. Look at that. Absolutely precious, precious, precious. It's going to be so, you know, when we deliver these quilts, you know, the people, they're devastated. So I know I can't take all this joy with me. Hopefully, you know, it'll rub off. But, you know, when we go, we got to remember that, you know, they're suffering the loss. We're having the, you know, we're having a fun time making quilts for them. Okay, so that pile right there, I'm gonna come back to this one. So I know where this came from, and that's a big old stack, so I know exactly where that came from. So someone last night donated this awesome, look how cool these fabrics are. They're so bright, and oh my gosh, that is so cool. So cool, so cool. So I'm gonna set that there. And then here is a box from, okay, this is Carla H. from Quitman, Texas. So Carla blew us out of the seats last night. She did these English paper pieced hexie quilts. Look at that. That is just absolutely gorgeous. It has backing with this one. I'm going to put that in here. There are some binding strips in the box. But Carla, oh my gosh, this one is huge. Huge. I can't imagine how many hours you had in this. I mean, look at the hexies. Look at those. Those are like 1-inch hexies or 2-inch hexies. They're like little bitty hexies. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is just, y'all just touch me so much when y'all do stuff like this and everything y'all do. So I got that one. If I have an avalanche, y'all call the store, and I better know the number to tell y'all, right? If y'all hear a big crash, y'all come to rescue me. This says, Dear friends, so glad that our group can help with your cause. Patty A. with Heritage Quilters in Monmouth, Illinois. So we have a cute top. We have another top. I love tops like this. This is my thing. I love scrappy tops. Another one. And a bow tie one. And another bow tie. Look how cute that is. Look how cute that is. And then we have another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm doing a quilt. Well, I finished it yesterday, or finished it Sunday. It was, okay, 120 inches by 144 on the long arm. It was scrappy. I wanted to go play with her scrap. So I told Susan, when she comes in to get those quilts, I want to come meet her, because I want to come to your house and play in your scrap pile. Yes. look at this one, all pinwheels. I have a friend that's wanting to make one. She said, I just want to make a quilt with all pinwheels. I said, you go, girl, you go. This is like a little lap quilt. There, another one. And another one. So she got all of this in that box. Oh my gosh, you're a good packer. You're a good packer. This on top of that one. And here we have Betty Frederick. She has been a rock star. She has been picking up at least 2 quilts a week, the blocks, and sewing them together. So for now, I'm just going to show it like this and give you a little sneak peek. And then I will show it once we get it quilted. Once we get it quilted. This came from, it's binding and centers from Carrie Jones from Aransas Pass. And look at this. All these 6.5-inch squares to make a whole quilt. And it's got a Texas theme on it. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And she has binding also. Thank you so much, Carrie. Thank you so very much. That up here. And then our friend Karen Greer, who gave me my little charm, my James Avery charm. Karen Greer is picking up binding and sewing bindings and earning them over for us. So that is so much appreciated. You just do not know how much that is appreciated. Here we have a poppy quilt. Let's see if I don't see a name on this one. It could be buried inside of here. And I will just going to give you a little backside sneak peek. And oh, it says right here, Sue Jones. I think I did that same thing last night. I did that same exact thing last night, looking for the name. So this is what we're trying to do whenever you bring items into us. We're trying to put it in a bag and put your name on it. And then afterwards we will reuse that bag. Now this came from Patricia Wood, and this is I think on Poppy or August 30th challenge. Look at all these black and whites. I think this is the quilt I want to sew. So enough here to make a whole poppy quilt right here. So everybody is using up scraps, using up yardage or pieces that you have left, and it is just absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So this came from Helen S. from Oxford, Arizona. Helen S. from Oxford, Arizona. So we have some backing fabric and we have a beautiful quilt top. Now I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Sneak peek? No, I'll do better than that. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Maybe I won't do better than that. Yep, we're going to leave it at that because it is beautiful. It's got this fabric in it, so I know it's absolutely beautiful. And it's got sunflowers, so how much more could you want if you get sunflowers and beautiful fabric, you know? That is just like awesome. Here is one by, okay, it is from Jean Giesler. She's been sewing in her camper while she's up in Houston with her husband. So it's really cute. Whenever we get it quilted and bound, we will show it again. Thank you, Jean, so much. And then this one was also from Jean. So, you know, and sometimes it is very challenging to sew these blocks together because y'all know good and well, everybody's 1/4 inch is a little bit different. So the women that are sewing these together, they are absolute rock stars. Y'all that are making the blocks, y'all are like rocky rock stars. Y'all are rocky rock stars. And then here's some binding from, it just says binding. So thank you whoever sent the binding. Here is some fabrics for binding here. Nice, because Gay Rebel comes in and she's using the AccuQuilt, and she's been making binding strips, and then different people have been taking them home. This one says, okay, this is one that all the petals are different. So when see how, okay, I'm gonna just, see when y'all are sending them in and they have not white edges or tan edges, this is what it looks like. And it looks fabulous. Look at that. You can see the flowers. It's just beautiful. So, hey, there is no wrong way to do this. There is no wrong way to put this quilt together. You just find fabric and you just sew what makes you happy, and we are just ecstatic to get it back. And Betty Frederick sewed that top together. Here's one from Denise from Ballinger, Texas. Denise from Ballinger, Texas. Now, a lot of these had cards in them, and I may sit down for the next couple minutes and read some of the cards. The cards I read may not go with the quilts that I'm showing, but I'm just going to read them anyways. So isn't that just precious? Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, actually, I put boxes all over my chair. So I've done that one. I'm going to set that one over here. And I'm going to move this one. And this one. And let me just set for just a second and read some of these cards to you guys. Give my arms a rest. So like I said last night, we got $140. That will buy a roll of batting, and out of a roll of batting we can get 16 quilts. So that is a wonderful. Dear Connie, hope you don't mind some modified poppy blocks for the Texas quilt. Thank you for all your hard work. Sincerely, Mickey. Thank you so much, very much for that. We definitely appreciate everything that we get. This was from Vicky P. She says, Dear Connie and friends, thank you for starting this Hugs for Texas project. I finally have a way to help the people that were affected by the flood so far from West Texas. Here's my first poppy top. Already working on another. Well, Vicky, you just keep on sewing, because we need we have enough blocks for 210 quilts, so we need what? 790 more. So this says, Connie and team from Joyce Wilson. Thank you for this wonderful quilt drive. I emailed about this quilt top. I also included some bright backing. Not sure if it goes with this lavender quilt, but I thought it would be good for the multicolored poppies. I hope someone will enjoy my work. Well, you can definitely rest assured that somebody will enjoy your work for sure. They will have a nice, beautiful quilt. Now, I know where these two cards went with that one right there, so I'm going to put those till I open it. This says, Connie, God bless you and keep you. Always thank you for all you're doing for all your brothers and sisters in Christ. Denise, you know, there are so many people that are doing this. I say, you know, I'm just, you know, like when you light a sparkler, you know, the little tick that starts the sparkler? Okay, I might have been the little tink, but you guys are the... Y'all are all that's making it happen. So it is a giant coordinated effort. This says, Dear Fabric Friends, there are 35 poppy blocks for one complete top and then some additional ones included. These were made by 7 ladies that meet once a month in our little rural central Texas community of Brooksmith, Texas. It's not much, but what we can help to contribute to the quilt drive. Sending hugs and prayers to all of those affected by the July floods. Laura Conaway. Laura, it is so amazing that y'all got together as a group and then y'all sewed these. It's very much appreciated, and I don't want anyone to think whatever they do is not enough. It is enough. Whatever you can do is enough. This says, Dear Connie, thank you for all your helpers. Thank you and all your helpers there at My Fabric Friends, and we have a long list for sure, for all you have done and continue to do for all the victims of the Guadalupe River flooding. I am so glad my husband and I got to visit your shop during the All Texas Shop Hop, so I could hear all about Hugs for the Hill Country and have the opportunity to participate. My blocks are far from perfect, but here they are, and I hope they will become a quilt that will put a smile on someone's face and make them feel loved. Thank you again for all you do. Donna Kirk from Lubbock, Texas. Donna, your blocks are absolutely perfect in my eye, and you know, nobody here is judging. And that is my 20-minute timer. So I'm setting 20-minute timers, and I will come back, clean up this side of the table so I can move this stuff down here. Linda Jean's going to come around, and she's going to push the little red button, and I will see y'all in about another hour. Thank y'all. Have a blessed evening, afternoon, day, morning, night, all the time.
You're done.
Okay.
No, you're not. There is no red button.
Wherever you push the button to, yeah.